With Madden right around the corner, I figured it'd be a perfect time to drop the best REGS teams in Madden 24. Madden officially drops in 2 days from the recording of this video, and I figured it'd be a perfect time to drop the best teams for you guys to dominate the virtual gridiron without having to spend any money or pay, or play the pay-to-play game mode Madden Ultimate Team. Now, I know we all like to play with our favorite teams, but if you want to be the best, you got to play with the best. And look at Patrick Mahomes going absolutely crazy in the trailer video. And that's exactly what we're going to go over. We're going to go over the top 3 best teams that you guys can play with on REGS. And we're going to start off with... Subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video, comment down below. Noti gang, Noti gang, Noti gang. Obviously, we got to start off with the Noti gang and the FTA squad. Shout out to those of you guys who comment on all my videos, man. I appreciate y'all. Holy, let's start off with the FTA squad. Appreciate y'all for tuning into the last one. Chulo, Paul, Bambino, Classic Second Line, Arca, and Mr. F. Martin. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the FTA squad. And then the Noti gang, we got an honorable mention here, Corey Wilkes. He says he's got to become the leader of the Noti gang. And the only reason I'm showing this is because he's a Colts fan. So shout out to my boy Corey. I appreciate that. If you guys want to be featured in one of the videos, just be a part of the Noti gang or be a part of the FTA squad. And I might acknowledge you. Now, we're going to start off this list with number 3, and number 3 is going to be the Bills. Now, there's no gameplay in this video. I will just be going over why these teams are so good and what makes them as good as they are. And we're going to start off with the Bills. And why? Because they have the tandem of Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, the trio. Well, technically it's just a tandem because they're both on offense, but the reason why this team is so good is their defensive capabilities. You got Von Miller with edge threat, one of the better players in the game at 94 overall. You got Tre'Davious White, who's a shutdown cornerback. And then you've got 2 studded out safeties with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Whenever they say superstar on their abilities, that means these guys pretty much, they play great. And as you can see, Jordan Poyer, if you guys want to play zone coverage, if you guys want to play man coverage, you have Jordan Poyer, who's going to be on the opposite side of Micah Hyde, and one side is man coverage, the other side is zone coverage. And then you've got Tre'Davious White, who can shut down pretty much anybody across the field that's not named Stephon Diggs or Justin Jefferson, with Von Miller with one of the best edge rushing abilities in the game, which allows you to pretty much go absolutely nuts. And then you got Josh Allen with one of the best throwing abilities in the game and pass lead elite, with the speed to pretty much get out of the pocket and pretty much be as mobile as possible with 88 speed. You have a lot of options with this team, and that's why this team is coming in at number 3. And then you look at the wide receivers. All of their wide receivers have 90 plus speed, with one of the best in the game in Stephon Diggs. This team is a must use in Madden 24. Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is a very close second. I was debating on these, and I will go over honorable mentions at the end of this video because there's definitely a couple that need to be mentioned if you guys are tuning into this video. Now, number 2 is the Chiefs. Why? This young man right here, Patrick Mahomes, man. If you guys don't know, I'm just gonna go over all the positions here. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, again, another massive tandem that is gonna go absolutely nuts for you guys. You guys should never get stopped with this team. Why is that? Because once you launch into the game, Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback in the game that has all these abilities. He's mobile as can be, and he's got hot route master. So picture Tom Brady from last year being able to be mobile. He's also got pass lead elite, no look deadeye, red zone deadeye, dashing deadeye with hot route master. You should never get stopped with this man pretty much, leading the team, because he's super stacked up. Same thing with Travis Kelce, another very, very good player, deep out elite, leapfrog, double me, tight end apprentice. He doesn't even need tight end apprentice because Patrick Mahomes has hot route master. And then on the defensive side of the ball, this is where the team gets a little bit lackluster, because they only really have Chris Jones. That's their star of the team. Now, granted, he is one of the best D linemen in the league, and he has the abilities to match, But again, You need more than just that. But this team is so good on offense that you're pretty much going to be able to dominate on the offensive side of the ball without having to worry too much about defense. You got 93 speed, 94 speed, and 90 speed at your receivers, with Travis Kelce leading the way for the receivers at a 99 overall. That is the number 2 pick. The number 3, excuse me, the number 1 pick, and I think this team dominates them all, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, why? Simply because you have the most complete team in Madden. You have a very good quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to go ahead and just showcase the all, just to go over all of the positions. You have you have a great O-line with Lane Johnson leading the way at 98 overall. Then you've got Darius Slay on the defensive side of the ball. Again, Kelce can never forget I forget, they pronounce her name Kels, but I think it just stuck saying Kelce. But Jason Kels. And then the receivers, you know what? Let me just go down. This team is the most complete team in all of Madden, with a mobile quarterback that makes him absolutely dangerous. If you guys want to look at Jalen Hurts' abilities, he's got gunslinger, fast break, anchored extender, and jukebox. So if you do, slither out into the pocket or out of the pocket, you're going to be able to sit there and be mobile and make some things happen. With him having 89 speed, that is massive. It's a little bit faster than Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is more known as a throwing quarterback. Then you got DeAndre Swift, 91 speed at running back. That's just as good. And then the receivers come into play. You got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, 2 absolute studs. And then if that's not enough, they have a 97 speed wide receiver. This team is almost as good as the Chiefs on offense, simply because of that 97 speed receiver. That is huge, and that is going to be a nightmare to stop, especially if you're a little bit mobile with Jalen Hurts. And then again, the tight end situation, Dallas Goedert, very, very good. Another superstar with mid out and short out elite, which means he's going to be getting separation whenever he wants. Again, the O-line is great. The D-line is great. This is the most complete team in Madden. And I would not mention that they got Fletcher Cox with under pressure and secure tackler. I'm telling you, this team is going to be the best team in Madden. And then to top off the defense, not only do they have Darius Slay, who's a shutdown cornerback, James Bradbury, who's also very good, but they have Hassan Reddick. And what does Hassan Reddick have? Edge threat, no outsiders, strip specialist. So with edge threat, this man is going to be able to get to the quarterback fairly quickly. And then with strip specialist, this man is going to be able to strip the ball. A lot of people don't know this, but strip specialist actually, it grants the ability, the animation of stripping the quarterback of the ball and taking the ball from him straight out of his hands. It's an ability that they put in the game last year, and it's still in the game this year. But again, this team is absolutely dominant. Now, again, the safeties is probably the only spot where they lack, but you have 290 speed safeties that you can substitute, and one of them you might even end up using, so I can't be too mad at that. Terrell Edmonds, I think he moves from linebacker over to safety. But again, this is the most complete team in Madden, and this is number 1. Now, for honorable mentions, I'm just going to go over them fairly quickly. Number 1, I'm going to say the Jets, simply because they have the best quarterback in the game in terms of throwing the ball. Aaron Rodgers happens to have the 2 best abilities in the game, and that's gunslinger and pass lead elite, which means he's going to be getting the ball out as fast as possible. Pair this up with Sauce Gardner on the defensive side of the ball, and things can get a little spooky. And then Mecole Hardman, 96 speed. You got to mention that because it's just obviously that type of speed you just cannot pretty much let go. And then not only do they have Breece Hall, but they just signed Dalvin Cook. So when the game, updates the rosters, the Jets will also have Dalvin Cook on the team, which is going to go absolutely nuts. And again, they've got Sauce Gardner. And then Quinnen Williams at the D tackles position. But this is actually one of the reasons I didn't want to put them up in the top 3, simply because they had nobody else on the team that can play a crucial part. They do have Adrian Amos, but that's it. That's the end all be all for this team. Now, second on this list is the fastest team in the game. This is the fastest offense in Madden, and if you guys are a Miami fan, you're set. You got Tua, who might get upgraded a little bit throughout the season, but then here comes the speed. You got Raheem Mostert, 95 speed, and then they got a rookie. Not even gonna try to pronounce the last name, but Devon, a Kane. I'm gonna just say a Kane. I'm gonna just assume that it's a Kane. You got 295 speed halfbacks. Then let's look at the wide receivers. You already know. You got Cheetah, you got the Waddle guy, and you got Robbie Chosen. With 99, 98, and 95 speed, you will never be able to play man coverage against this team because they're just going to outrun you every single time. Tyreek is a monster. And with all of us getting used to passing without passing abilities, I believe Tua is going to be a pretty decent option when it comes to this. Now, that this team almost made it to the list. Tua is the reason that it did not make it in the top 3. But again, you also got Jalen Ramsey and you got Javon Holland. This team is great, and if you guys are a Dolphins fan, I advise you to test this team out. I should have just made a top 5 list, but top 3 sounds better in my opinion. And last but not least, this might shock you a little bit. The Dookie Browns. The Dookie Browns are the third honorable mention team. The reason why I say this, I feel like Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback. He's gonna end up getting his overall up. They might even make him a superstar by the end of the year. And then you've got 97 overall Nick Chubb, wrecking ball. Let's look at his abilities real quick. Bruiser, reach for it, balance beam. This dude is better than Derrick Henry in this game. I'm just gonna say that before you guys say it. And then you look at the wide receivers. You got Amari Cooper with 92. He's also a superstar, 91 overall. Very, very solid. And then you got Marquise Goodwin, 95 speed. Again, you can always substitute him up, but this is where this team thrives. It's not on offense. Offense is the least of the worries. It is Darius Smith with edge threat elite. And of course, Myles Garrett, 98 overall, edge threat, El Toro, and strip specialist. This defense is a set it and forget it kind of defense. You will not have to do a thing if they're passing the ball, but set it and forget it. Make sure you're in a 4 down lineman set and just let these boys go to work. They are going to go crazy, and they're going to make your life a lot easier. And that's why I mentioned them here with Denzel Ward and Newsome at 93 speed and 94 speed. It's very hard to top this team. Extremely hard. The only thing that tops this team is you got to put points on the board, and sometimes you're going to be able to run the ball because, you know, at D tackle, they struggle a little bit with an 80 overall and a 78 overall if you guys want to run a 4 down lineman set. And then their linebackers don't really stand up to the challenge, except for there was one guy who's super fast. Again, another name that I'm not pronouncing. Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa. I think I did that right. But these are your best REGS teams if you guys want to enjoy Madden without having to pay. My name is Pony Montana. Hopefully you guys appreciate the video, man. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.